Welcome to the NiFTy Chicks. In this 4-part series of the NiFTy Chicks, Mint-ECell was invited to speak to an inner circle for small business owners about how best to use NFTs for their business. In this first segment of the training, she reviews what are NFTs and blockchain, and the idea behind NFTs and some examples of how small businesses can take advantage of this. Let's do this.
Web3 is coming whether you think it is or not.
Whether you want it to or not.
Whether you want it to or not, it's coming. It's on its way. It's really actually here in the very infancy. And if you're talking about how this could help your small business, that's what we're going to talk about today in the form of NiFTy. And we're going to be NFTs for small business, how to thrive in a Web3 world. Real quick, Erin is a part of the NiFTy Chicks podcast. She's the co-host, and she's been in the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry for over 4 years as the producer for the Bad Crypto podcast and the NiFTy Show. She has spoken across the US on social media before fully diving into the crypto and NFT space. She recently launched a new YouTube podcast with her co-host, Jen FT, called the NiFTy Chicks, focused on shining a light on women in the NFT space. She just got back from speaking at NFT London. This is Mint-ECell, NiFTy. Erin, thank you so much for doing this. And please bring us down to earth and let our peeps know how Web3 is going to help their business.
So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. Thank you for inviting me. So that was a great intro. So yeah, I've been.
No.
What?
You didn't mention Portugal.
Oh yeah. Well, that was, that was some months
How you
ago.
have to
That was.
say you speak across the world.
Across the world.
Yes.
It's a global.
Yeah. Yeah. And I now get to say international speaker.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will change that on your bio.
Thank you. I need to update that.
Send you a copy.
Right. So yeah, I really, got into crypto almost 5 years ago, and as the producer for Bad Crypto podcast, and then the guys started talking about NFTs, probably I think as early as 2017. I kind of rolled my eyes when they first started talking about it. I thought they were crazy. One of the first NFTs that they started talking about was crypto kitties, and they were discussing, breeding these cats and having kittens, and then like the kittens could breed. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Unfortunately,
the fart app.
well, right. For those that don't know, Joel Com,
app,
Joel Com invented iFart. Check it out. It's still on the App Store. You can still go download it.
Still on my phone.
Yep. But anyway, so the guys started talking about NFTs, and I thought, well, this is just dumb. And then, at the time, shortly thereafter, I think Bored Ape Yacht Club came about, and the crypto punks, and we can look at all of this stuff. I pulled up a few things. I didn't prepare slides for this because I really wanted this to be more of a conversation. I know you guys will have questions, and I want to hear from everybody who's watching this. If you have questions, I mean, for a lot of people, they don't even understand what an NFT is. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. And if you don't know what fungible is, basically the definition of non-fungible means that it can't be duplicated. So the way that I like to describe it is, okay, first off, NFTs are digital collectibles in the sense that they're a JPEG that you can buy and sell online. Fungibility comes from, I think the easiest way to explain it is, if Phil owed me $1 and he had $4 in his wallet, I wouldn't care which dollar he gave me because they all spend the same. It doesn't matter that it's got a different serial number, or maybe one. I mean, maybe if he tried to give me one that was like all torn up and I didn't think the bank or the grocery store or gas station would accept it,
Or
I
it
might
wouldn't
ask
go
for,
into the currency acceptor at the store.
right, exactly. I may ask for a crisper dollar bill, but overall, the dollar bills all spend the same. It doesn't matter which dollar bill he gives me from that wallet. However, if you are non-fungible, means that no two things are the same. So the way that I like to explain this is that human beings are non-fungible. Even if you are an identical twin, you are still not fungible. You have different life experiences. You still have, different changes in your mannerisms, your hair, your whatever. You guys get the point. I hope that is the difference between non-fungible and fungible. And one of the best things that I can say about NFTs is that, yes, so you can see these are all NFTs behind me. Well, they're not all NFTs. Some of them are logos, but like my NiFTy Chicks on yours. But most of them are NFTs. And so it is about the art, but really the most important thing behind the NFTs is what is called a smart contract and the utility behind that NFT. And there are definitely some NFTs that have no utility. They're really just about the art. And you would only really buy that NFT if you like the artwork. And, I see artwork behind Phil and Shelly there that you probably just bought that because you like the artwork. I would imagine there's no utility besides it hangs on your wall and makes your wall more
That
attractive to look at, right?
is one that her mom actually painted.
Oh, awesome.
So
That's
it could
amazing.
be created as an NFT.
It could be.
And
It 100% could be.
Yeah, because
I
have questions about artwork like that, because you have the NFT, which is the digital token that only one exists, and then you have the physical version of that, correct?
And I forgot to bring my props. I might have to towards the end of this, I'll have to go grab something out of the room.
Okay.
But that's a great example. I have a friend of mine who is an artist, and I actually bought her very first piece. She posted on Twitter that she was going to sell her first NFT art piece. And I was like, ooh, I am going and buying that. I'm going to go support my friend and buy her first piece of artwork. So what she did was, you can get, it's called an NFC, and it's I left all my props. I was not thinking. So it's basically like a little magnetic reader that you can put on a piece of artwork. I have like a little card. We're going to talk about this later. It's called a POAP. It's proof of attendance protocol, and it's got an NFC reader. It's basically the same thing that you do with your phone. And like, you can put your phone up against something and it will pop up, take you to a website, and it will open up on your phone. But so what my friend did with her piece of artwork is, you not only got the physical piece of artwork, but you also got the digital twin of that artwork. And so I have the NFT and I have the physical artwork that hangs in my bathroom.
So can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Perfect time to ask this. What happens if you decide to sell that physical painting to somebody?
So that
own the NFT.
Right. That is a great question. And to be honest, I am not sure how that was a concern of hers. She wanted to make sure that the two stayed with one owner. But I mean, I think at this point, technically, I could sell that piece of artwork and I would still own the NFT, especially if that person that I was selling the artwork didn't know that it was an NFT.
So there can still be some skullduggery that goes on. Which
yeah,
one of the beautiful things about NFTs is it's built on blockchain, so that there is computer code on millions of computers, right? And when something's written, it is written on all of it. So there's really, I mean, very little way to cheat the system, if any,
Yes.
that we know
Yeah.
of right now.
So I wasn't planning on going into a description of blockchain. Do you want me to?
Well,
I can explain it.
Maybe just a brief one.
Yeah,
I
because-
think
Okay.
people are going to wonder, so what can I use this for in my business?
Right.
So the one thing, and like I feel like we talk about this all the time in this space, and that is that it's very confusing, it's very complex. I know enough, I feel like, to be dangerous. Like I don't know how the smart contracts work. I know what they do. I don't know how they work. It's actually one of my goals for 2023. I've actually signed up for a few different courses that I'm going to take because I really do want to know more and better understand it. I do have, a very high level understanding of blockchain and how it works. Basically, the way that I explain it is just think about that you have, say, anywhere from somebody puts a transaction through on blockchain. Let's say I'm being really generous today, and I'm gonna send Phil a Bitcoin. You're lucky, except for it's way down today. So
That's all right.
Okay, so I say I'm gonna send Phil this Bitcoin, and what happens is that transaction gets sent out to hundreds of computers around the world, and all of these computers dive into action trying to solve these really difficult equations. And the first few, typically like 6 to 8 computers, it could be 10 computers, it could be 15 computers, it depends on the blockchain and what the requirements are. So basically those first, whatever number, 6 to 15 computers that solve this transaction or this equation and come up with the right answer, then they get rewarded. Once they've met that number, whatever that 8, 10, 15 transact or solve equations being solved, once that is met, then the way that I like to say it is think about it like Legos on the blockchain. So then that Lego gets placed on the blockchain and then it's forever unchangeable. And the computers that solved that equation, they get rewarded with a percentage or a fraction of a Bitcoin in this case, because that's what blockchain we were on. So hopefully that makes sense.
When we're talking about anything in accounting, you have a ledger and you write it on a ledger, or if, again, now you have QuickBooks and things like this, but this is a form of a ledger that's pretty locked in.
Right. Yeah, because it's not just you saying that. You've got multiple people that are verifying, and because you can't possibly know the other people that are also trying to solve the equation, it makes it very trustworthy, because those people cannot be conspiring to say, yes, this happened and put that on the blockchain, because they don't know each other. There's no way that they can know
So
each other.
it's a randomized, okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
That should help.
Okay.
All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Sometimes it's really good to just go back to the basics and, start from the foundation. So hopefully that was helpful and you enjoyed the show, and Mint-ECell's excellent job at sharing basically what NFTs are and blockchain and how small businesses can use them.
Thank you, JNFT. It's really fun for me. I've been involved in, the small business space, and I was super happy to be invited by Phil and Shelly to be, in front of their people talking about how NFTs are best or can be best used in small business. So hopefully this was helpful to any of you out there with small business or with the, hope of having your own small business someday.
Right.
So that being said, obviously we want to share our message out into the world, and you can help us do that by sharing or following us on social media. And you can find us at the NiFTy Chicks. We are on all the social media platforms at the NiFTy Chicks. That's the NiFTy, NiFTy Chicks, CHIKS.
That's right. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the NiFTy Chicks. Always remember, invest in yourself because you are worth it. Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the NiFTy Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the NiFTy Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.